You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's Shahs of Sunset After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Shahs of Sunset After Show.
That is an excited crowd. Yeah.
Thank you.
We're in front of a live studio audience.
Thank you, everybody.
Tonight, guys. Yeah.
Thank you. You in the back. Thank you.
Hey, everybody. Bing's for doing, and we are here doing another AfterBuzz TV after show for the Shahs of Sunset. This is season 2, episode.
I think it's 5 or 6. 5, yeah.
5. Sure. Let's go with 5.
So we count on Yerman for these. Kind
Episode
of
6. Episode
It's 6.
6.
She's lying. They never count on me for anything.
You took an Ambien. It's the name of this episode.
How dare you?
How dare you? I'm your host, Anna Koppel, and here with me this evening.
Oh, hi, everybody. I'm Yerman Gur.
Hi, I'm Du'a Kaissi.
Hi, everybody. I'm Michelle Renee, joining you for the first time.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to the team.
Welcome, and
Thank you.
Sorry.
I was like, can I get another? Thank you. Thank you.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, we're excited to have you. I don't know.
She looks a little scared.
She should be. Okay, so there's a lot happened this evening, and this was a pretty Gigi heavy episode. She's been sort of missing.
Yeah, well, and I was gonna say, I don't know that it was very Gigi heavy. She was just so absent the past few episodes,
Right.
That now it's
comparatively.
Just, and she was like a new Gigi. She didn't blow up once.
Right.
She didn't. You know, I thought it was refreshing.
I liked this Gigi.
And she was more the victim. Usually when we see Gigi,
She's the aggressor.
she's bullying someone. And this time, there were a few instances when it can be argued that maybe she was bullied a little bit.
Yeah.
Which we're going to get into.
But now,
in a minute.
that's a good question. Now, do you think that she was playing a victim? Or do you think that she's generally being sincere?
I think that she was sincere.
Yeah.
I think she was
would
too.
say, yeah.
I think, first of all, let me just open with saying I really am liking Asa less and less and less. Asa and Reza both.
Mm-hmm.
You're constantly on the Asa bandwagon.
I know, but not anymore.
Maybe it's all that diamond water.
Maybe. But anyway, Gigi meets MJ, goes to apologize to Asa. Asa not only doesn't show up, but doesn't say that she's not going to show up. She's just no call, no show. I think that's not classy.
She would be fired if that was a job.
Yeah, it's not really a no call, no show. It's a text no show. No call, text no show.
No, but that's after MJ texted her to say, "Where are you?"
Yeah.
And then she turned her phone off to not answer any calls about it. It's gross.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that. However, I will say that you don't know if she ever did or did not commit. Like, there was never, and I will agree with you, Asa, I'm beginning to dislike her less and less, because she's like on this pedestal, and she thinks that she's a little bit holier than thou, and she can, she does keep her composure, but she is just, it's really starting to get under my skin. However, nobody said that she was going to come. She never, we don't know that there was a phone conversation. There were just two people at dinner. MJ could have just easily sent her a text and be like, "We'd love you to make it." And then she gets it, 2 hours later, and it's like, "I can't make it. I don't want to." So we don't know where that exchange was.
Disagree, because Reza later had that confirmation when they had the family meeting, and he said, "Oh, you were supposed to go meet Gigi, then you didn't show up. MJ, are you mad at Asa for not going?" Mm-hmm. So if Reza also knew about it, it seems like that was supposed to.
And I think it was implied in the text message, too, that we saw. kind of like, I don't want to put too much time and energy into this. So I feel like that indicated that there was some thought. She at least had enough time to like think about going and decide actively, you know what, I don't want to deal with this.
All right.
Yeah, I think she's definitely overusing the "I don't want that energy in my life right now" excuse, because I'm pretty sure that's the only thing she said this entire season.
Yeah.
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 Well, Gigi did have another opportunity, though, to speak with MJ. And she said that MJ got to explain why, or again explain why she didn't have Gigi at her birthday party. And Gigi got to sort of take a minute, step back, and say, okay, I get it, and I respect your decision, which was big of her.
Absolutely.
Well, now, are the reactions that Gigi... Here's my questions. Do you all think the reactions of Gigi in this episode were at all having to do with, well, I'll just go ahead and say it, the amount of alcohol that was being imbibed, or at least what was being portrayed? Because in episodes past, all they seem to want to cut to are shots of her pouring herself glasses of wine. And then there are shots, of course, when she's talking to people, and she's clearly either somewhat slurring her words, her eyes are bloodshot, she's blinking slower, definitely signs of inebriation. So obviously in this episode, they were drinking here and there, but she didn't show those same signs, or they didn't edit in those things. So it seems like the Gigi that we get to see depends on the editing and the alcohol that gets imbibed, because when she's drinking, or when she's drinking heavily, then she's blowing up. When she's not, then she seems to be able to take things a little more rationally. And I don't really know which one to buy.
Yeah. Well, I think, I mean, there's times that Gigi blows up where they don't show whether or not she has been drinking, so you just don't know. I would like to think that maybe her drinking is directly correlated with, her anger is directly correlated with her drinking, so you cut out her drinking, you cut out her anger, but she was drinking at that dinner with MJ, and it did show her ordering more wine. So, I mean, she was, and yet she didn't get upset with Asa.
With MJ?
Maybe, yes, sorry, with MJ. Maybe she's just becoming a little bit more responsible, because she now has her own storyline where she's going off and she's, trying to promote and market her company.
Well, I'm sure with the amount of food that she ordered, she wasn't feeling any of that alcohol.
Right.
She ordered like 3 appetizers.
And then she's like, and you're just having a shrimp cocktail, MJ. And MJ's like, what are you trying to say right now? Because she's like, I'll take the chili fry, I'll take one of those, some of these, some of them. I'll take 2 of those, and I'll take 4 of those, and then just keep it coming.
And
triple carne
like,
asada tacos, cheese fries, and then the third thing was either sliders, quesadillas, or hummus.
It was hummus.
I think it was a hummus with
okay.
pita chips, right?
Yes.
One of those things alone is probably enough to fill Gigi.
Yeah,
But
and she's like 90 pounds.
And then she was like feeding MJ. Did you see how there was like that one? I think she was like handing her
like,
pita
no,
chips already pre-hummused.
Yeah, she's like, no, I don't really want it. Okay, and then she just pops on there. She's like, I'll take it. Go ahead.
Here's a pre-hummused.
It's the least I can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then Gigi got an uninvite from Cabo.
She wasn't an uninvite. There was a meeting of the Illuminati, and she was voted off the island. It was like,
what do we say? It was getting voted off the Cabo Island?
Yes.
Yeah. Dude, that was the most uncomfortable. That is one of the most uncomfortable scenes I've had to watch in all the reality TV that I've had to watch. A straight up uninvitation scene. And then you're not just saying, hey, I need a moment with you. I just wanted to talk to you privately. It's, hey, everyone is here. You're on speakerphone. The whole world can hear you. I just want to say, I love you, but I reject you. And I've said it, click, deed, and they're like, well, I tried. Like, what? Well, I tried is your response. Like, I tried to take the high road, but, I uninvited her and she hung up on me. I don't know. I don't think that was mature. What?
First, this is a total bullying, I think, by Asa and Reza. Like, do you want to go to Cabo with Gigi? Do you want to go with us? Because we're not going if she's going. Grow up. It's called being an adult. And I felt really bad for Gigi, again, because she was totally calm on the phone. Because this is definitely an opportunity for Gigi to blow up.
Yeah. I was like, this is the time you blow up, Gigi. Come on. And then she's like, no.
She was like, I tried to meet with Asa. And yeah, exactly. I'm disappointed. And I tried to meet with her. She didn't want to meet with me. And I totally own that was completely irresponsible of me. And I own it. It's my fault. And they didn't want to hear it.
I think having a meeting is definitely, you're right, kind of high school. I think if you're the person that has the problem with somebody, if everybody is invited, you're the person that has the problem, you're the person that backs out. You're like, I'm sorry, I can't make it. So it was kind of Asa's responsibility to back out and not be able to make it. Now, you don't have to have a meeting and be like, all right, it's her or me, because now you're creating a divide. She even said at that meeting, you have to draw a line, you have to create these boundaries, but she's now going to create a divide between her and all of her friends. She's making her friends choose sides with her.
Yeah, it's definitely a little. Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask if you guys think that Asa is legitimately scared, because MJ mentioned like Asa feels concerned for her safety. And I personally call BS on that, because Asa is, like, no offense to her, but she's not twice the size, but she's substantially larger than Gigi. Like, obviously can throw her across the room, as we saw previously. Like, besides Gigi's weapons, are you really scared for your safety?
Absolutely.
Or are you just being a drama queen?
And also, when somebody's drunk, like, they're not in control of their bodies. You can totally, like, move away from somebody, push them. They're
Didn't
gonna
Gigi
stumble. Yeah.
Didn't Gigi stumble on herself just trying to get to Asa?
Yeah,
Just like,
she
I'll
fell.
cut you.
Yeah.
Oh, boom, with it. You know.
Well, and you can tell by Asa's reaction to Gigi at the pool party, what started this entire incident a couple episodes back. Asa was almost goading her and, like, completely, she was like, oh, you know, whatever. She never at one point seemed scared.
Yeah.
If she was scared, it would have come across on camera, because that's not something that you can hide, or, you know, that immediate fear. So absolutely not. And it's the one easy excuse that she can use that will stand, like, hold water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I would definitely call to second the motion on Michelle calling BS. But the thing, here's the thing too, is, okay, well, what planet do you guys want to get together? It's almost like what's the book? I'm gonna say Lord of the Flies, but is that the one where the boys get together on the island?
Yeah.
And they become what kind of behavior is that? Why wouldn't Reza, after talking so many interviews about what people should be doing and what the proper, you know, more polite thing to do is, why would these people just decide to get together and create that kind of a scenario where they say, we're not going to go if she goes? Why wouldn't they just say, I'm sorry, my business doesn't allow it, I'm kind of busy, my schedule, and just try, like you said, do a back out gracefully and not as if they all got together and played conspiracy theory.
Correct. Well, see, now the thing is, I completely agree with you. So why? I don't know. However, I would think that these people also know each other for 20 some odd years. So you get that kind of relationship where people are closer, and that way they can almost, like, betray each other or demand that of one another. It's the same way that MJ, at the end of the episode during that dinner, she told Reza to come here, and she goes, if you're sitting at that table, you are betraying me. It is an act of betrayal.
Okay, the only people who've known each other for 25 years are Reza and MJ.
Yeah, right? The other ones
Didn't
haven't.
they all go to school together, though?
No.
They all went to the same high school, but I don't know if it was at the same time. I think it might have been.
At
Some
different
people are a
times.
little bit older, a little bit younger, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I don't get it. I don't get
They
that.
have known each other for a while, though, I think.
Yeah, I believe they're all considered family.
Well, okay, I get that. I have a group of friends that I would maybe say we're close or something, but I'm pretty sure, I don't know what your relationships are with your close friends, but I don't constantly flip-flop between betrayal and having your back. Betrayal and having your back. All I hear this last few episodes is, I have your back, you betray me, I've got your back, you betrayed me. That's all I hear. So this doesn't seem like what close people do.
No, but it makes for compelling television.
Okay.
But I think that I'm a little surprised that the producers even allowed them to, like, uninvite her. Because I think it does make for compelling television to have us, like, wait on pins and needles as they're making the phone call. But at the same time, wouldn't it have also been great if she had gone to Cabo and it was kind of, like, awkward with her being there?
Exactly. And then fights ensued, drunkenness everywhere.
So I don't know. That was surprising
That's a great
to me.
point.
That would be an interesting question to ask when we do have somebody on the show about what, like, contractually, you know, at what point, because what if Asa doesn't want to hang out with Gigi ever again? Does that mean that she's off the show? It's like, who does the show, you know, film
Side
more?
with,
Like,
yeah.
exactly. I would think that it would be whatever is the better story, whatever is more entertaining.
Maybe with all the fighting with Layla, they're getting ready for a spinoff.
Yeah, maybe.
It's happened before on Bravo. I don't know. Let us know what you think. Give us a little rate and comment on iTunes. we love 5 stars, but, you know.
Yeah, just give us 5 stars.
Just give us 5 stars.
And then
we earned it, guys.
And then betray us and berate us all you want. That's what Anna's trying to say.
5 stars, I hate you. 5 stars, I hate you.
Yes.
Yeah.
It would go with the theme of the show.
True to the show. Yeah. But really, it takes.
Exactly. You betray me. 5 stars.
We're here. It's free. It takes, you know, 10 seconds to go give a little rate and comment, and then tell a friend. There you go. Thanks, guys. But so yes, so Gigi's been fighting with her sister a lot. They've been showing a lot of that.
And her dad, again, I love her dad so much. Did you,
too.
at the beginning of the lunch, or was it lunch or dinner? Anyway, at the beginning of the meeting, Gigi is in an interview and she's like, me and my sister fight a lot, so I have my dad there to make her apologize. Did you guys hear that? I'm going to bring my dad to make my sister apologize to me. We have a business.
And she did apologize at first, and she said, you know, I was really hormonal. I gave birth 3 days later. Then she...
Michelle's like laughing, like, I feel another BS call coming. Like, I call BS. That's going to be your signature face. Like, I call BS.
I mean, I've never been pregnant. I don't know. Maybe that's what happens. I don't know.
But then she got just as irritated towards the end of the meal.
She also seemed like a complete crazy person to me, because she did this, like, complete 180 and was like, oh, you're just supposed to be the face of the company. Like, you're not supposed to do anything. Because Gigi said, oh, I'm going to throw this party, and this is this launch party.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, that's not what you do. Like, whatever her partners, whoever, she's clearly been working with somebody else. She and I have been working on this for a year, and now you think you're just going to come in and throw a party. And
when, like, the whole previous episode she's been preaching, why aren't you
Like,
doing
please
anything?
do
Why aren't you
something.
doing?
Right.
yeah.
It goes with the theme. It's like, I love you, betrayal.
Right.
I love you,
Yeah, but it
betrayal.
was like crazy to me. I'm like, what are you talking about? You've been on her to do stuff. Like, you haven't even read your contract. But now she's just supposed to be the face? What?
Shut up, be quiet. Why aren't you saying anything?
Yeah.
Why didn't the dad and the sister applaud Gigi when she said, I read my contract, it says I'm in charge of marketing and publicity? You're like, oh my God. Bravo, clappity clap. And for the record, I would just like to say that is the most, that the father, let me just say it, it doesn't make sense. You can't have a ponytail and be that mild-mannered. It doesn't work. If you're gonna rock the ponytail, be compelling, be passionate, be like, I am a lover, it's what I do, I am Fabio. He's like, okay, baby June, see this tone of voice that I'm taking? It's so mellow, but I have a ponytail.
I think he's just been beaten down by these girls.
I really his entire family is nuts.
He's like, I rocked the ponytail once. No, I don't even know it's back there.
Yeah, he doesn't have the energy to get it cut. I mean, he's just...
I had a question. Why did you say whenever Gigi ordered, she ordered like something called
sultani,
Yeah,
yeah.
and you were like, ooh, impressive. Like,
Oh,
what?
I just know.
ask more.
I'm a big fan of Persian food, so on Middle Eastern food, period. But sultani, if memory serves, at the restaurant that they, or in general, it's generally a combination plate where they get both the lamb skewers and the kebabs and so on. I was like, ooh, that sounds good.
It does.
Sometimes
Your mom was just hungry. That's all it was.
honestly, that show is disturbing because every time they all get together, their spread is so opulent that all I want to do is not even pay attention to what they're saying. I just want to be invited so I can have some of the food.
He's like, can I have some tea? Somebody.
Yes, somebody, anybody. So they don't even like go half. Even for a vote someone off the Cabo Island meeting, it's melon balls and champagne. I would have been like, sit down. You want a cup of tea? Too bad, I don't have any. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to vote somebody, we're going to uninvite her, and then everybody goes home so I can hang out.
You're not an uninviter. That's not
I'm
your
not an
style.
uninviter.
Sugar dates and peas. Sugar dates and pistachios.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. But yeah, that's what that sultani bit was. And when she said it, I was like, ooh, that sounds good.
I sent Du'a a Groupon for Lebanese food. Are you jealous?
No, I am jealous. That's,
I don't think I got that.
Oh, that's a shame.
I'll send Yeah, well, we're going to go out for Lebanese food.
Okay.
Which I
Anyway.
could either cook at home.
Well, we should probably
anyway.
Isn't everybody at
talk about
home?
this
Yeah,
off the
isn't
air.
everybody at home excited to hear this conversation? Because I know I am.
Yeah.
Moving on. So where were we?
Okay, so,
we're still at lunch with Gigi and her
Yes.
sister, and her sister completely blew up, and Gigi once again didn't get angry, but she did order a Coke at the beginning of the meal.
Yes.
I'm wondering if you're onto something here.
I don't know, or maybe we're not supposed to be sure as to who actually took the Ambien, because maybe
Yes.
Gigi's also partaking in some. I don't know. I know that it's technically implied that that's MJ's the cornerstone of that title, but I don't know. MJ, her behavior makes no sense to me. One minute she's like, "No, I'm the one talking here," and she's blowing up at people, and she's slurred her words, her hair's all over the place. And then she's like, "No, I don't think that's any. Actually, I think that's a very thing." So she all of a sudden she's making grammatically correct sentences. She's calm. She's quiet. She's like, no, I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
And you are a bitch.
Yeah.
You are a bitch.
That's just like, just for the record.
I don't understand this behavior. I don't.
Well, maybe she is on pills then. Maybe that's what that is.
I agree. She's meditating or something because she.
Did you say medicating or meditating?
Both. I said meditating, but she's doing one of the above because she's just too calm, cool, and collected.
And she
yes,
doesn't-
Gigi.
And at no point in time has she ever acknowledged like this behavior of hers being one way or another. So I don't understand if we're supposed to assume it's part of the denial process or she really doesn't think there's a problem. I mean, she's apologizing. She's saying I was in the wrong, but that's about as far as we. I mean, I don't know. Am I the only person as a viewer that looks and goes, I don't understand what's going on. One minute she's volatile, the next minute she's calm and collect as can be. And nobody's made an acknowledgement as to that flip-flopping at all. It's just another day at the interview.
I don't think that is uncharacteristic of an alcoholic at all. I think that's very true. And I think most children of alcoholics will attest to that it's always kind of like walking on eggshells with mom or dad, that they really don't know who they're going to get. And anybody who's lived with an alcoholic, I think that's a very common story.
Gotcha.
So.
Gotcha.
If it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck,
it must be Sultani.
it's probably an alcoholic.
So we think she's an alcoholic, or we just think she has anger management issues?
Well, we've discussed on the show before that I think she's an alcoholic. We've seen the Alcoholics Anonymous book in her bookshelf. And I think she has a lot of characteristics of an alcoholic.
I think they're both related for sure, right?
And I will absolutely.
The
Some
anger
people
and
are just angry all the time.
Well, no,
with the alcohol.
No, she
Right.
drinks. I mean, she drinks a lot, and there was that one episode with Mike. That's what really set me off. That one episode where
When she was like going back and forth and
she
like
was
laughing. I didn't say that. And
I said that scene right there. It was like, oh my goodness, you're insane.
Yeah.
No, you're just an alcoholic. Now, I wouldn't. When you said medicated earlier, actually meditated, but medicated, she seems like she's on Xanax.
She said that today. She said that's what Xanax is for.
Yeah, so that would maybe
I
she's
missed
like
that part.
I'm getting angry
maybe
too
that's the
much.
case.
That's why she's not getting angry anymore. She's Xanaxed out. You can't get angry on Xanax.
So it's just,
impossible.
It's just substituting one vice for another. I don't really see how any of this is progress, but I mean,
I give people the benefit of the doubt, so I would, I just try to assume the best, but perhaps she is an alcoholic.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's not really for us to say.
Yeah.
So.
Did anything get solved on that lunch?
I don't think so.
No.
No.
Okay.
Does it ever?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. I mean,
But
even the dad was like, I give up. Just give me the check, please.
But she did decide she was going to be responsible and show her sister what's up, and she did go check out that venue with Omid. That's where she said that's what Xanax is for, because the woman who was showing her said, try not to stress and just relax, and she said that's what Xanax is for. So.
Yep. There it is, right there.
But anyway, she went to go check out the venue. She is being more responsible.
Well, I mean, yeah, she's trying. Yes, she should. I mean, one thing that she should think, that's actually the one true statement I agreed with. She said, my sister is still very doubtful. I think it's that much more important for me to really show her what I can do. Yes, instead of constantly asking for respect, go earn it.
Correct. I agree. But with all due respect, she checked out a venue, guys. Come on. Like on the list of things that she has to. Oh, is my mic going out? On the list of things that she has to do, checking out a venue is really, really. I mean, I'll give her props. It's baby steps, but it's really just a small thing that takes an hour to do. It's
Aren't we assuming it's part of the entire process of her putting on this? I mean, we're hoping it just doesn't stop with the venue. I mean, she made the reservation, right? It wasn't just looking at this venue to see if it's a probable. They had made this reservation, or they had arranged this, and she was going to oversee what the whole thing was going to look like. I thought
They have chefs and everything.
they have cordon bleu chefs.
Yeah.
Let's just get real serious for a second, ladies and gentlemen. If anybody out there doesn't know what that is, there's pretty much one in every block in Los Angeles. I'm just saying.
It used to mean something.
It did. The original meaning of it was, I'm sorry. I'm no disrespect to whoever the chef is of that venue. I apologize.
oh dear.
Oh, dear.
I don't know if Cordon Bleu is going to give you 5 stars, Yerman.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna give me 1 star and betray me
I'm just saying,
and not have my back.
I appreciate her progress. I'm just not going to jump the gun until she's done a little bit more than just check out a venue. Because what happens when something goes wrong?
Right.
you know. So I'm
And
just
from the previews next week, it looks like it might.
yeah.
So.
Something goes wrong? That never happens.
Ooh. All right. So anyway, blah blah blah. They go to Cabo.
Blah, blah, blah. Cut to.
Yada yada. So,
Did they
Yada,
fly?
yada, they cut to Cabo is your reaction.
It's like a Seinfeld episode. Yada yada yada. They're in Mexico.
yeah, everybody gets a reference. It's 20 years later.
If you're just joining us. Did they fly commercially? I think that you mentioned that. Did
Yeah.
they look like they flied commercially?
Why is that a big deal? I mean,
Because
they could
they
have
made-
flied commercially but flown first class.
Because they take private jets. That's like was their whole thing in season 1.
They made such a big deal about flying private jets, and MJ made the comment, I feel bad for anybody who has to fly commercial in season 1.
Well, technically, Mike is putting this together, so could we assume that Mike maybe, I don't know, couldn't foot the bill for a private jet and decided you guys are going to have to do commercial? No?
Yeah, I don't know,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying.
I think the
look on, it's
money
like,
levels.
Call BS.
It's about the
The
same.
money levels, though, because we've seen Asa being like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pay my rent next month. I mean, granted, her rent is probably like very high, but at the same time, if you're supposed to, if you're flying private jets, like hopefully you can afford to pay your rent.
Yeah.
Well, and what would the difference be? It's like how many people went on that trip? It was a lot of people. Flying all those people commercially versus getting one private jet. Is it that big of a difference financially?
Yes.
Is
Yes.
it?
Yes.
To charter a jet, yeah.
Yes.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't charter
let's-
jets.
To Mexico, a first class ticket could be anywhere from what, $1,500 to $2,000. A private jet, I'm pretty sure it's like
More than
yeah, it's
that.
like $5,000 a mile.
Stop it. You are making
Dude,
that
it's a
up.
private jet. I don't know. I'm
Somebody
pretty
knows
sure.
how much it is to charter a private jet
Yes,
to
please.
Cabo. Please call in.
Please comment. But I'm pretty sure that you need to be in a completely different state of wealth to just be able to have a private jet on call.
Yeah, I'm sure the people who are chartering private jets are listening to our Shahs of Sunset after.
Do they even pay for it, though? That's another question we're going to have to ask whoever comes on. 'cause
Yeah, they have to pay for that because they're not trying to get any like commercial business. You know, they're not trying to. People who the private jet industry, I don't think is hurting.
Yeah, they're not.
I'm saying,
yeah.
does Bravo pay for them to go wherever?
No, they don't. They don't pay for anything. Like anytime like they're eating out somewhere, casts are eating out somewhere, it's provided
money.
by whatever place they're at because they're just
Because
looking
it's
for
product. It's product placement.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right.
So,
So-
the private jet industry is okay.
So they're
private jet industry is
yeah.
doing
They
just
don't
fine.
need-
So
They-
yada yada yada. They're in Cabo.
So yeah. So what do we have to say about Cabo?
Well, first off, you just said it. It's Cabo.
Yeah, there are shenanigans.
Yes.
So what do you think about Lily's like peace offering kind of? I mean, I felt like how she just gallivanted from room to room offering peace offering. Like, what did you guys think about that?
And also, what did you all think about Lily's Princess Leia / French maid interview outfit? What the heck is that?
You know what?
Please continue.
What was Lily doing on this trip?
Yeah.
Not drinking.
I think her peace offering, in addition to her being on this trip, making a snide comment every 5 seconds, just legitimizes my belief that she is only on the show to promote her swimwear line.
Agreed. And you know, it's so interesting. They cut to her at the pool party. They cut to her making so many nasty faces, not drink. And I mean, that group of people can get quite annoying when you're not drinking.
Sure.
So I completely understand where she's coming from. But then sitting down at dinner, being like, guys, I just am so happy that I'm here, and I'm happy that you do a better Lily
Dude, that
impression
was,
than
I was
did.
going to say, that was pretty
really
good.
Good though.
I'm just so happy, and I'm just happy that and so I just feel like it's all. When she can do that interview and be like, whatever MJ is wearing is terrible, and then she'd be like, oh, I got you this. You don't have to wear it if you don't want to, like.
But you
it's-
should because you're not thin and you should cover it
yeah.
up.
I mean, she's right there. She's showing you that she's malicious, and so I really I just feel like she does not like any of these people, and she can tolerate Reza. Like that's how I feel like where her heart is.
Yeah.
Well, is the reason why she can tolerate Reza because Reza worships the ground she walks on for some reason?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a weird worship. It's like he wants her like as a statue in his home.
It's interesting. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go
I was just going to say Reza probably comes in contact with a lot of very wealthy, very beautiful people. So I'm just wondering why he's decided to latch on to Lily, besides the fact that she's a cast member. Why
because
he
she's
seems hell-bent on-
skinny. Like I think we read this in News and Gossip last week that he just said he was like obsessed with her. That he like rubbed his magic lamp and like out came Lily, and he like said he like wished he could wear her skin. It was so creepy.
Yeah, that's very Silence of the Lambs.
That's very sad.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
That is weird.
Thank you for that sound bite, Yerman. That was
Just go ahead. We'll take care of it in post.
Yeah. Leave it in. It's good.
But yeah, it was a drunken mess. She's not drinking. Why go to Cabo? I mean, that's.
I think you hit it on the head. I think you hit it on the head when it's all about the swim juree, baby.
Yeah, which I mean is a smart business move for her as a businesswoman. If was offered this opportunity, okay, I'm going to take it and promote myself and my swimwear line. But at the same time, it's
Try to be a little bit likable, though.
yeah, she's the odd man out. Like, why are you? That's what the show is. Them getting drunk and like arguing. What are you doing here?
Well,
did she promote her swimwear? She didn't herself wear it, did she?
No, but
she wore a sarong.
All she does is she talks about her swim. Like, she doesn't really associate with those people. So far on the show, she's been doing her photo shoot for her swimwear, promoting her swimwear. And I read in an interview online that Reza did that he actually is the one that found her. So I don't know if she was ever actually supposed to be on the show. That Reza found her and fell in love with her. Maybe he approached Bravo and was just like, why don't you have her on? And then she's like, cha-ching, like Daffy Duck with the money signals in the eyes. And then that's kind of how it came to be.
Reference.
Thanks.
And maybe not even her swimwear being on the show necessarily, but still, people will Google her. They'll find out what she does.
She was in Cabo. Who's Lily?
Yeah,
Why is she in Cabo?
Yeah, she's going to become.
Gotcha.
You know.
Why is her voice so high?
Yeah.
Why is her hair so high?
Why are her boobs so high?
Can we talk about that how drunk Mike got, Mr. Thick and Rich on top,
Yes.
and him looking
Apparently,
at her boobs?
he's also thick and rich on the bottom. Oh, I've been waiting all week to say that, ladies and gentlemen. Yes.
It's good. It was good.
Thank you.
You thought of that in the screening room, didn't you?
No, I literally just thought about it just now. I don't know why I said
He has
that up for a week.
he has a gugu talo, dudu talo.
Yeah, there you go.
He has a golden penis apparently.
Yeah, they all do. But yeah, it was just interesting that those girls walked in there and he's like, can I get a minute? Can you please leave? And he's like drunk. He's just like, yeah.
Did you see through the slit? Were you guys paying attention at the camera through the slit? He was on the toilet with his pants down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't notice those kinds of. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah,
I didn't see it, but I'm sad.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, we didn't catch anything, but.
So
Du'a, what the heck kind of mic? What were you doing? Looking at the screen on a microscope? I was just like,
well, I was just
looking.
looking.
The screen.
Well, no, because I saw his bent knee and I saw him, and I saw his pants were around his ankles, and then I'm a pro.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm a seasoned professional, guys.
Wow.
She is. I can attest to that.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
But she's a connoisseur of man meat. That's what.
Yeah, I'm like MJ, guys.
Yeah.
I'm always late, and I'm a connoisseur of man meat.
It was interesting. I remember hearing your reactions as we found out like people's different packing technique. They showcase MJ just basically unpacking a heap of stuff onto her bed, and then there's Lily who's got everything in hydrosterilized Ziploc bags according to color, shape, size, expiration date, and apparently
That's how
she's given what to.
It's like OCD behavior. It's how I picture like Howie Mandel packing, just like everything separated, nothing can touch anything else.
Her relationship with her man, I believe his name is Ali, must be amazing. They must have a really interesting relationship. And by interesting, I mean big quotation marks around the word interesting.
So what do you mean by interesting?
He means sarcasm.
I think 10 years, they're off and on for 10 years. That is the most ridiculously dysfunctional relationship I've heard of in a long time. It's neither of these people, I don't understand that at all.
But he still loves her.
Yeah, I still love her. Okay, bye, click.
Yeah.
That was the weirdest conversation. Nobody felt weird about that. And he's like, okay, I cannot make any commitment to you, but I love you. I got to go. Click.
It was. If you're just tuning in, we're actually talking about a conversation that happened last episode.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
Let's talk about this episode. So that dinner, I think, was super painful. And
Can I
awkward.
just say that Sammy was 100% absolutely right.
I love Sammy this season. Where was he last season?
Anna, get a grip. You're like, Asa sucks. Sammy's awesome. Who are you?
Sammy not being a character this season, he actually has been. He has been better. He can just, yeah, I agree. He was.
Although he was still a little rapey because MJ showed up clearly hammered and he was just like pouring shots of tequila down her throat. Like,
drink some more.
Are we? Is that a legitimate adjective? Rapey?
Yeah.
Totally.
Okay.
In this day and age, yeah, the ladies get it.
All the ladies get it.
Yeah.
I can just see
Been
now
there.
comments on
where's my
iTunes
mace?
like, Yerman, 5 stars, don't be rapey.
Yeah, don't be.
Like, what did I?
You come across as rapey.
Oh my God. Heaven forbid, knock on wood.
That Silence of the Lambs comment.
Oh
a little
my God.
rapey.
Anyway, I love Sammy this season, and I really, thank God on MJ's behalf, thank God that Sammy was at this dinner, it really felt like he was speaking very clearly for her.
Yes.
Coming to her defense.
She was, well, first of all, she was drunk.
Right.
She was, nothing good comes out of having to have like and she was really had a moment for a second.
Yeah, she
And
did.
Reza quietly said, you know, can we bring up the mood a little bit? But then it just turned into this, thing with like, I felt like Asa and Lily were just like picking at her and laughing at her when she was like trying to have a moment. And you could tell that she was like 12 steps behind what everybody was saying. So she, like, Reza said something about lightening the mood, and she didn't even really hear it. She was just kind of, you know.
Right.
And then she made that comment to Lily.
And so first, it was so rude of Reza because he said it's like death. I mean, that's such a rude thing to say. And she was having a moment. And I feel like in this episode, MJ was actually trying with Lily that going way back to their family meeting, Reza completely steamrolled her first by uninviting Gigi or insisting that they uninvite Gigi and then saying, no, Lily's absolutely coming because MJ's like, no, I don't want her going. You know, I want this to be a fun trip.
Yeah.
That completely was unfair. It's like, it's going to be my way plus, you know, I'm going to bring somebody.
Yeah,
you
why
don't
couldn't they
like.
invite somebody else to this scenario?
Exactly. If Reza has a problem with Gigi and MJ has a problem. So at that point, that was a betrayal on Reza's part.
Completely. So anyway, fast forward to when Lily brought the sarong to MJ, I feel like she was kind of trying and like, you know, asking Lily's opinion on bathing suits. You know, she knows that swim durée is, you know, is Lily's area of expertise. And so I feel like that was a little bit reaching out to her. And
And the sarong that Lily brought was actually beautiful on her.
And
she
she
looked
wore it.
great in it.
And
She didn't have to wear it. She wore it.
Yeah.
Right.
And that is a very, very good. So had she not worn it.
That's an olive branch.
Yeah.
then for MJ to be sharing, that is a super deep issue. That is MJ's number one issue with her mom
Absolutely.
cheating. And so for her to be sharing that with Lily is a huge deal. And the fact that she didn't want to say, like, oh, you're my friend, she's not her friend. They're not friends.
Exactly. I'm just being honest. She was just being honest. She's like, why would and all of a sudden now we're best friends? That would be fake.
Right.
And that is what Lily is being,
She's
100%.
Yeah, she's the
time.
fakest person from head to toe.
Yeah.
And you know what I love? I love when she's like, it doesn't bother me. Every time she says that, you know it bothers her.
Right.
Right.
And why would you know someone of 25 years and for the first time in a long time, whether it's brought on by alcohol or not, they actually give you a dime of like a deeply personal issue? You have all weekend, I'm assuming, to get crazy. Why can't you for 5 seconds just support your bestie by just giving her 3 minutes to just make a point? Because maybe she would have gone on for hours, or maybe she would have just been able to finish that point in a minute or two and just allowed her to make her point and then say, you know what, MJ, here's to you. Phenomenal. Let's toast to better, you know, whatever, and then try to lighten the mood at that point. He basically rejected her summarily right off the bat. Like, give her a second. She's your friend.
Well, he needed to you're right. He needed to validate her before he moved it along. Validate and then move it along, but don't be like, oh God, this is death. Because I guarantee you she would have dragged on because she was drunk, but she was having a moment, and it was Reza's job as his friend to, you know, make sure everybody is having a good time. So hear the moment and then move on. You're absolutely right.
Right.
And then Asa has to come back with her again, the energy thing again, and then the whole thing, like you said, spirals into something that the dinner was never meant to be.
Hold on, what energy thing? Did I miss that?
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
Well, no, I
either.
mean, Asa is talking about. She just constantly. I don't know if she actually mentioned energy in that specific conversation, but I feel like she does all the time. Did she?
She kept saying, first of all, she kept laughing at her. Then she said, like, I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone, and then MJ said, pop priestess.
That's right. Okay.
And also went right to, I'm not the one popping pills, which was hideous,
Wow.
I thought.
I think I don't know if you guys agree or disagree, but I think the dinner could have potentially taken a more positive turn had Mike been there. Like maybe.
I 100% agree. I do feel, and I've mentioned before in the episode, that I feel like Mike is being a really, really good mediator. He's very, very good, even to a fault, actually, even to a point. Anna and I spoke last episode about when he brought MJ and Reza together when they were at MJ's birthday party and was trying to be a mediator when he didn't even need to be at that point. They were having a good time. He needed to back off. But yes, I agree. Had he been able to stand up.
Yeah, had he not been dead.
Sammy, to his credit, pardon my interruption, Sammy, to his credit, did try to play mediator. He wasn't trying to just say, you all need to take a second for MJ. He was trying to make people understand that you know, technically speaking, look, she's calling you an acquaintance, but she's really showing you love.
Yeah.
Just give her a second. Let's work through this. And then nobody seemed to be listening. So
I don't think they respect Sammy as much as they respect Mike.
I'm sure that
Mike
might
is
be
the
the case, yeah.
hot one. He's the one with the, you know, well-endowed package. You know, it's kind of like the cool kids versus like
Yeah.
the less popular crowd at that point.
Lily
So-
told Sammy to jump off a bus at the beginning
Yeah.
of this episode. It was so rude.
And then she made another
What? I
snide comment
missed
at
that.
dinner
Yeah,
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the very when
She's
they're in
a
the limo,
peach.
when they're
Yeah.
when they're in the limo heading to the hotel once they landed in Cabo.
Yeah. Huh.
Because she said,
He said, if she doesn't drink on this trip, I'm going to go crazy.
Yeah,
She's like, well,
craze.
go crazy. Jump off the bus. What?
Yeah, why
Like,
don't-
what kind of response? is
Especially
that?
when you've been you're new to the season. He's been with this group of friends for years. Like, she needs to learn her role.
Yeah.
And slow her roll.
Exactly. Slow your roll, girl.
Slow your roll.
I like that. Know your role, slow your roll.
because she's been like that from like literally the get-go, right? Even from that first dinner, she was the one that was the most vocal about Omid's comment. When technically speaking, there were
Right,
plenty of
yeah.
other people who had more tenure in that group that could have said something or that would have
Yeah.
said something.
She does have a habit of shutting something down. Like there was a point in the dinner where MJ wanted to see. She was like, "No, I didn't." And she goes, "Oh, whatever." Completely shut the whole conversation down and got loud. And the craziest thing about it is she's drinking water the entire time.
Right.
So you would think that she would be a little bit more like rational and not have to like overpower the conversation and just be like, you know what, maybe we can talk about this at another time.
Right.
You're all
know.
drinking, having
She's
a
like,
good time.
just call it what it is. Call it what it is. And MJ's saying, no, but it's still a blessing. It's still a blessing. You're an acquaintance, but this is still a blessing. Like,
Yeah, and she's not even listening to her.
right. Yeah. I don't like that Lily.
Yeah.
I just don't like her.
Yeah.
I just want to know what's up with those interview outfits. What is up with that reverse? I don't even know what she was doing with her hair.
Well, she went from going to like Cher to like Elvira to like I have no idea. She doesn't design clothes. She just designs swimsuits.
Yes, but she self-proclaims the queen of looking fabulous and being fabulous.
But she's wrong. We have to wrap this up. So,
Well played.
Final thoughts.
I don't like Lily.
Speechless.
I don't like Asa. Asa, I loved you so much first season. Come back to being your
Yeah, get back.
priestess self.
I do want to say that. Oh, what did I cut you off? Sorry.
No.
I do want to say that I feel like Reza really didn't respect MJ in this when MJ said, like, if you go back to that table, then it's disrespecting me. He should have not gone back to the table because after MJ didn't invite Gigi to her birthday party, after they disinvited Gigi from the trip, this is like the one thing he could have not gone back to that dinner table. They're
Yeah,
all
well-
still on the trip together.
He talked to her about how she betrayed him when she started talking to Gigi after what Gigi said, and now she did the exact same thing to him and testing him. If you go back to that table, it's a betrayal. I didn't invite Gigi to this party. Don't go back to that table. And he argued with it, and then
She ends up walking away by herself.
well, that's because Asa came over.
Well, I know, but he should have left with her, I think. But
Yeah. He should have left and calmed it down and then gone back to the table. At least made an effort.
made sure she was okay.
Yeah.
Got her to bed, whatever.
Yeah.
Their relationship, can I say this really quickly? It's a little pathetic on her part to me. It seems like one of those relationships where the guy doesn't really care about the girl, like a heterosexual relationship where the guy doesn't really care about the girl that much, and she's just desperately like, please,
Yes.
like, be with me, like, I love you, like, I just, and that's
Agree.
what it seems like, even though they're friends and he's obviously like gay and she's straight, but they're best friends, and she's just constantly like, please, like, love me, like, I love you. And so it's pathetic at this point. Lose him, get a new best friend.
Agree.
So that's all I got to say.
That's a
Interesting.
phenomenally astute observation.
Interesting.
News and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
All right, so I'm going first, right?
Yeah, you are.
All right. So, Reza, according to Persian-esque magazine, which is an online magazine for Persians, Reza has been named 2012's Man of the Year. Reza calls this an honor, and he's also impressed for a gay man. And Reza said from the beginning of season 1, Reza has said that the reason that he is doing this show is to give a voice to Persian gays that they're looked upon as invisible, and he even if he gets a lot of backlash, even he is going to be openly gay, and that's what he wants to do. So he said that he's very, very impressed the fact that now he's gotten Man of the Year, and he also responded to some talk about, of course, Ryan Seacrest. People always think that Ryan Seacrest is gay. There's always that talk. He said he has zero tolerance for gay people that continue to stay closeted. And he says Ryan is 100% not gay, and if you ever spent 2 minutes in his presence, you would know that. He also is writing a book as well. He said that there's a book in the works. And did you know that he's on a comedy tour right now? Reza is on the comedy tour. He performed. There's some great stuff on YouTube if you want to go see some clips. He performed at the Laugh Factory, and he also performed at Planet Hollywood on the 23rd of December.
Really smart move, moving from real estate to comedy financially. I know he was just talking about how he needs to take care of himself financially.
And the thing is, I think that he's just having fun now, and he's getting his fingers in a whole bunch of pies. You know, he'll be fine financially. He can always go back to real estate, but I think that now he's just having a little bit of fun.
All right.
I love what you have. I'm so excited because they haven't heard it yet.
Are you done with that? Okay,
Yep.
sorry. Great. Well, MJ has a criminal past that's been revealed. She did time in prison for bank fraud.
Bank fraud?
Bank fraud.
Prison.
It's
This
white
isn't
collar
prison,
crime?
yeah.
This is in prison. This is not jail. Prison is like the big boy jail.
She didn't shoplift.
Let me read.
Bank fraud.
RadarOnline.com has exclusively learned that she served time in prison for bank fraud. Now a real estate agent, Mercedes has hidden her legal troubles from Bravo reality show, but according to documents exclusively obtained by RadarOnline.com, Mercedes Christine Javid, her real name, was denied a real estate license because of her conviction and imprisonment. She was convicted of 1 count of bank fraud, served 1 month in prison and 5 months of home confinement, 3 years of probation, and paid a $10,000 restitution. Mercedes was employed as a bank teller at Home Savings in Beverly Hills, where she was approached by 4 men who asked her to take part in a fraud scheme. The documents state she was 18 at the time and at first refused to aid the men, who she said she did not personally know, but who she recalled seeing in her father's auto repair shop 1 year earlier. The men threatened her, her father, and her boyfriend, so she agreed to assist them, and the documents say she made several deposits, somewhere between 4 and 10, on behalf of the men involving monetary funds in excess of $100,000. The bank eventually discovered the activity, but Mercedes stopped showing up for work, and it was 3 years later when the FBI became involved in the case, and she pled guilty to the charges in 1994. She spent 1 month in prison and then completed her 3-year probation without incident. Respondent was also able to pay all of the $10,000 restitution that was ordered, although she had to obtain a loan to do it. Her real estate license was denied by the California Department of Real Estate because it was a crime involving moral turpitude, and one which is substantially related to the qualifications, functions, and duties of a real estate person.
Who handle money.
Who handle money. So
$100,000. That is not. You can't just take that and then not show up for work and expect nothing to. And this is. We also, through this story, we also now know how old she is.
So she was born in 1973, and she will be 40 this year.
Wow. She will no longer be 30-something. You've cracked the case.
Did she actually ever?
So how did she get the real estate license?
So yeah, that's the rest of the story.
Does she have a real estate license?
Mercedes was eventually given a restricted real estate license after completing her probation requirements of volunteering in the community, obtaining her college degree, and having her supervisors at her real estate firm submit letters on her behalf attesting to her dedication, hard work, maturity, and trustworthiness.
Oh, it's a restricted real estate license.
her.
That's why she doesn't come to the office, because she can only practice real estate from her house.
Maybe that's why she has Reza as her partner.
Yeah, that's
'cause
why.
he's
She's
got.
a partner.
Yeah,
No.
that's why.
Oh, maybe she does need Reza more than Reza needs her. Oh, this is all coming together, guys.
It's very exciting. Let's get her
Yes.
on the show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Huh?
Get in here. Get in here, MJ.
Yeah.
Comment.
Predictions.
Predictions.
Yes.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I just noticed that those lights change colors when the predictions come on. It's my first day, guys. You want me to start with predictions? I only have one.
Do it.
All right. So my prediction, and normally my predictions are like long, like next season
Just-
predictions.
yeah.
Sure. My prediction is I think that MJ is on pills. I don't think that she would have gotten that defensive and thought that it was so disgusting that she would have said that had she not been. And it explains some of her behaviors as well.
Michelle.
I think she's on pills legally.
Oh,
Like
of
I don't
course,
think.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
But it's still being on pills.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I have no predictions this week.
My prediction: Mike and Lily hook up. Boom! I said it.
Boom. It's pretty good.
Really?
Did anyone else really enjoy that scene when he's like, maybe sometimes things that you have to do that are strange can also bring about some change? And then his eyes just go straight to the bombastiousness
Yeah.
of
Well,
her chest.
And I was trying to think, was that the camera? Because he had his shades on. You don't know where he was looking. Was
No.
that the camera angle that
it's
just
the- it's
shifted?
The head definitely moved down.
Headley moved down. Now, I'm not saying there was anything. I just know that I just see it coming. It would be awesome. If it doesn't happen, I think they should try to find a way, the editors, to
both be
make that
cheating.
happen.
Yeah.
'Cause
Isn't
that
he
would be,
seeing somebody though?
Yes,
Yeah,
but that would be
so
awesome
shit, they
because
both be
Lily.
cheating,
Then I want to see Lily get off her high horse. Like, oh, I'm this person. I'm moral. I'm moral high ground. I want her to do something bad. Like
She might be cool.
She might. Yeah, she might. I might like her a little more
Yeah.
after that.
she has an affair, or not an affair, but she cheats on Ali with Mike, and then all hell
Now
breaks
we're
loose.
just writing a script.
Yeah, let's do that.
Where can we find everybody?
Du'a.
Hi, I'm Du'a Kaissi. You can find me on Twitter at Du'a Kaissi, DuaKaissi.
I'm Michelle Renee. You can find me on Twitter at Michelle Renee LA. That's MICHELLE. Renee RENEELA. All right.
Nice. And everybody.
It's like the Mickey Mouse song.
Yeah, you can find me at on Twitter at Yerman Gur, YERMANGUR.
Ta-da.
That's it.
Ta-da.
Oh dear. And I'm Anna Koppel. You can follow me at Koppel for Mayor, KOPPELFORMAYOR. And we will see you here next week.
Bye, everybody. Good night.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.